let's take an example of a linear polynomial, guys. 7x minus 1. Okay, let's name this as some fx. Okay, so I am interested in finding when fx is positive, guys. So I will write 7x minus 1 greater than 0. Now adding 1 both sides, okay, this becomes 7x greater than 1. Now taking 7 on the right hand side, cross multiplying, it comes in the denominator, so x greater than 1 by 7, it came like this. So I can plot it like this. 1 by 7 is here, okay, and fx positive, fx is positive means fx is plus sign, fx is positive. I will write it like this, guys. Now what is the meaning of this, guys? The meaning of this is, if I substitute any value which is greater than 1 by 7, for example, if I substitute x equals to, let's take a simple value 1, so f1, so in fx was 7x minus 1. So if you substitute x equals to 1, 7 into 1 minus 1, it becomes 6, which is positive. So the meaning of this plus sign means the expression fx, the linear polynomial value which it attains for various values of x, is positive. In other words, if you substitute values greater than 1 by 7 in fx, if we substitute values greater than 1 by 7, we will get fx to be positive, which is denoted by this plus sign. So similarly, for for fx lesser than 0, so fx lesser than 0, what is x? Again, let's say this is part B of this discussion. So there's 7x minus 1 less than 0, again adding 1 both sides and then taking 7 in the denominator, x less than 1 by 7, what we get is 1 by 7 after plotting 1 by 7, x less than 1 by 7. So the left side of the number line 1 by 7 minus infinity to 1 by 7. So fx is negative means we will write it minus sign. Okay, so what we did two parts, which are this. So guys, plus sign means fx is positive when a value greater than 1 by 7 is substituted in fx. This is the meaning of this plus sign. The minus sign means what? Again, fx is the expression, linear expression value is negative. Okay, so similarly, if we take another example like fx is equal to 5x plus 3. I am taking examples in the beginning where the coefficient of x is positive. So again, using the same discussion that we did here for 7x minus 1, for 5x plus 3 as well, I will plot a point at which fx becomes 0, because this is 1 by 7, f 1 by 7, if you see, it is 0. At this point it becomes 0. So the point at which this fx becomes 0 is what? So yes, so fx becomes 0 at 5x plus 3 equals to 0. So x equals to, it becomes minus 3 by 5. So minus 3 by 5, this linear polynomial vanishes. Okay, and again we can plot this sign as plus and minus using the same discussion that we did for fx equals to 7x minus 1. what we did for 7x minus 1, okay, this was the point, this was the point, 1 by 7. So similarly for fx equals to 5x plus 3, we got the point to be minus 3 by 5 guys. Okay, so for various linear factors we get a point on the number line at which it vanishes and then on the right side of that, all the points, all the values of x, if substituted in fx, it will give fx to be positive, it will make fx to be positive, okay, and if substituted all the values on the left side of that point, it will make fx negative in 1 by 7 as well, in case of minus 3 by 5 as well. Okay, we are discussing, as I said, where the coefficient of x is positive. When it is negative, it is reversed. That we will see later guys, or that you can yourself can figure out. So now what if we take two factors in multiplication? We are slowly moving towards something like if two linear factors are multiplied, then we get what? We get a quadratic expression. See, what I mean to say is, if I multiply two linear expressions, we get a quadratic expression. For example, fx, let's say one linear expression is 5x minus 3, 11x plus 2, x minus 1, x plus 3. So if two linear factors are multiplied, we will get what? We will get a quadratic expression. Why we get a quadratic? Because if you solve this, like if you multiply this x into x is square, then x is multiplied to minus 1, it becomes minus x, then 3 is multiplied to x, it becomes plus 3x, then 3 gets multiplied to minus 1, it becomes minus 3. So this is a quadratic expression in short. So even if you multiply this by if you multiply 5x minus 3 into 11x plus 2 also, again you will get a quadratic expression guys. Now what we are interested is again in the sign of this. Okay, now one more thing I wanted to discuss about a linear factor, like before moving on to the quadratic one, one thing I forgot. For example, if this is x equals to 7 by 5 and this is plus, this is minus, and fx is guys 5x minus 7 guys. Okay, so then this plus sign means what? Plus sign means it is the solution of this inequality, right? And this minus sign means what? This means it is the solution of this inequality, fx positive, fx negative. Okay, now again moving on to quadratic. Okay, so slowly, gradually we are moving on from linear to quadratic inequality, but before that what we saw was this, which was kind of quadratic expression. Okay, what is a quadratic equation? Quadratic equation is when you equate it to 0. Quadratic equation means like x square plus 7x minus 1, I equate it to 0, this becomes an equation. Simply if I write like this, this is a quadratic expression guys. Okay, this is a quadratic expression. I can name this quadratic expression as fx, gx and so on. So Now we are interested in finding the solution of the quadratic inequality, guys. Okay, so let's take an example